And shout out to the YouTube community, man. That video did really, really well. All right, so we're gonna keep this completely spoiler free and completely copyright free. So I'm not gonna be able to put clips up of the movie. Nickelodeon, Paramount, don't come for me. It's spoiler and copyright free, all right? Okay, we good? Don't come from my head. So last night I watched the Avatar Legend of Aang movie and I have thoughts about it. All right, so the main points I wanna touch on, and the first thing, story, I can't really talk too much about the story, but I'm gonna try to give a little bit without giving anything. Well, you'll see. I also wanna talk about the gang, the characters, the animation, the voice acting, and one thing I wish I saw more of. So first off, let's just get it out the way. The story is very much it's very run-of-the-mill. We gotta go get the thing, to do something, whatever. There are a few okay, so there's supposed to be a couple twists within there, and to be honest, it was very predictable. That was one of the things I didn't like about the story. Was it's very, very predictable on what's gonna happen. Still, it was very fun to watch, but unfortunately, if you're looking for any kind of twists that are gonna make you be like, what? Or anything, that's not really gonna happen. What they did do a good job of was, at least in my opinion, was expanding the, gosh, how do I say this? Expanding the lore on a specific bending principle. I'm not gonna say which one of the four it is, but you do get to learn a bit more about that bending. So that was pretty interesting. You do get to see a few new abilities. One particular ability that they do a thing to injure some people, and it's very, very I wouldn't say brutal, but very piercing. I'll say that. It's very piercing. And if you saw the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, unfortunately, that's the best I can say about it without really giving any spoilers or anything like that. So let's move on to the animation. The animation was, I won't say peak, but the animation was very, very good. You could say it's like Korra upgraded. It's like an upgrade of Korra's. So one of the things that I really, really liked about it is how violent the movie is. The movie is very punchy and smashy. Like, people are getting thrown through walls. Like, you remember in old Avatar, and even in Korra, you know, people would hit a wall. They might smack a wall, you know, maybe run into something or something like that. No, and here, people are getting smashed through stuff like it's Dragon Ball Z. It's a very fun watch as far as the combat goes. The combat is choreographed very, very well, and it's fun to watch, especially in the final battle. We'll say that in the final battle, that's where the animation is at its most intense. Like, lots of smashing, bashing, and people getting hurt. Like, how can I say? Okay, Aang is both getting the pain dished on him and dishing out pain, very much like a Dragon Ball Z type of thing. And you're gonna see Aang in a different light, we'll say. It's very, very fun. It's pretty wild. That final battle was insane. And again, if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. All right, next up, let's focus on one of the things that I have a little bit more criticism for is the voice acting. The voice acting is all right. Now, you know, people that know me know I love original voice actors for stuff. I don't really like when they change voice actors on anime, TV shows, whatever, you know what I mean. In here, none of the, at least definitely for the gang, none of them have the same voice actors. I hated not being able to hear Dante Bosco's voice for Zuko. Aang's voice kind of threw me off. It all kind of just threw me off, but eventually you kind of just get used to it. My main criticism with the voice acting is there are times where it feels like you can tell that they're reading off a script. So there's one scene where Aang is yelling at somebody, and they're on, this isn't a spoiler, they're on an airship and he's yelling at somebody. There's an argument, and So like in anything else, you know, when somebody's yelling, you could feel the intenseness of the argument. In this scene, it really felt like they were like it really felt like they were, I know it's a box. They really felt like they were just reading and blah 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 and blah 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 blah. It what didn't really come off as intense as it should have. And that's really apparent in like the latter half of the movie. I would say that scene where they're on the airship, the one I'm talking about, from there onward is where you can really tell that the voice acting almost kind of dips a little bit. It doesn't feel as good. But all in all, the voice acting, it's not terrible. Now, let's talk about the gang, the characters. Oh, there is one thing I want to address as well, because I saw this comment. I saw a couple comments like this. I didn't see a ton of them, but I just would want to put this out here. To the people that are saying that there's wokeness in the movie and they made Zuko woke, he's gay, don't listen to any of those people. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. They don't. They looked at one single clip where he said something that in a vacuum seems like they're making him gay or something, but no. Zuko is not gay. It was one statement, and in the context of the scene, it makes sense what he said. Outside of that one scene, nothing else gay is said. All right, so I'm gonna make that clear for anybody that's worried about wokeness or something. You ain't gotta worry about that at all, at all. And the people that are saying that are just fucking stupid. They don't know what they're talking about. I know there are some people wondering, like, you know, did they change their like personalities or anything? No, everybody is very much how they are used to be in the original series, but tuned up to, because in the movie, it's like I want to say they're like 25, 26 something. You could tell they're all a lot more mature. Aang is still goofy, but more mature and serious. He's still goofy. There's a scene where he's talking to Zuko in a letter, and the way it's written is really funny. It sounds a lot like how Aang would write it. Sokka is still goofy. Katara is she's not as whiny and preachy. Actually, I shouldn't even say as. She's not whiny and preachy at all. She's very much, not by the numbers, but she's very caring, but also serious. Like how she was in the very end of very end of Last Airbender. It's like that, but a little bit more serious and mature, but not like whiny or anything. Like, tell that she has matured a lot, and she's very much like how you would expect a 25-year-old Katara to be. Zuko, he's not, how do I say this? He's not broody like he was. He's just very like straight-laced, not serious, but just deadpan. Zuko doesn't really have very much emotion in the movie, and that's not the fault of the voice actor. It's literally the way that he's written. He's very, very much like this the whole time, where he had a lot more emotion in even at the very end of Last Airbender. He had a whole lot of more emotion back then. So I didn't fully like that. I wish Zuko had a little bit more emotion. Now TOPH is the Melon Lord herself is not exactly, sorry. She is turned up. She's turned up a little bit more than she used to be. Like she is as badass as ever. And there's a fight scene with her where she's using metal bending to do something against a group of enemies. Oh, it's so good. The animation in that and her quips. There's a couple scenes where she God, I can't say it like that. That's a spoiler. There's a couple scenes with TOPH with things that she says that are very much not like TOPH, but how you would expect a 25-year-old more matured TOPH to be. And I don't mean like serious. I mean in other ways. I'll leave it there. In other ways. So that's pretty much everything that I got. Oh, no. There is one more thing. Issue that I had. And it's not necessarily an issue, but something I really wanted is the dynamic between Katara and Aang. Okay, so if they do make the series, I need them to explore the relationship between Aang and Katara more, because every scene where they're together interacting with each other felt so good. Like, it was a very mature, loving relationship, and they have their issues in the movie, but I want to see more of it. I want to see, like, I want them to go back to maybe like when they're, because the show ended with Aang being like 13, I want to say. What do you think? He was like 12? Whatever, like a year later or something like that. I want to see them going from like 17 up to 26, because like I said, their relationship is very loving, it's mature, they have their back and forth yelling, not really yelling at each other. Well, they did yell at each other once, but they have their arguments, and it's like, you can tell it's a very mature relationship. They care about each other. I want to see more of Aang and Katara's relationship. Maybe some dates, a few more arguments, you know, spending time together, you know, all that sweet shit. I need to see more of that. So that is basically my review of the Avatar Legend of Aang movie. Sorry, I can't really say much more than that. I know it's like I kind of have to dance around it a whole lot. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is when you are watching something that you're not even supposed to be able to see. But gotta go watch. I can't even say go. Go watch it on the full theatrical release, even if you're like me and you watched it the way you ain't supposed to. Still support the studio. Please support the studio. It is a good movie. If I'm gonna put a score on it, I would give it about I don't want to give it an 8, but I don't want to give it a 7. So we'll say it's a 7.5 out of 10. It is definitely worth the watch. It's worth it to pay the Paramount, like whatever it is. I think it's like 11. I don't know. I haven't looked yet. How much is Paramount? Hang on. Okay, I was wrong. It's $13 a month. It is well worth the $13 just to watch it. Please, I implore you. I know we hate streaming services, but because the Avatar Studio doesn't have some kind of a donation thing, please just give the money to Paramount so that way we can, you know, they get the support. Now, if the Avatar Studio were to come out and have their own separate little donation thing, fuck Paramount, go give the money directly to the Avatar Studio. But in this case, I'm imploring everybody, if you love Avatar, please just support them financially, because they are certainly gonna need it after this whole debacle. But that's all I got for you. If you did watch the movie, let me know what you thought about it. But please, again, no spoilers. If I see a comment with a spoiler, obviously I have to block it. Please respect everybody else that hasn't seen it, but just give your 2 cents without spoilers. So I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care.